Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Starting off locally here in Trinidad and Tobago, a former Citizens Bank manager who discovered a microphone hidden inside a smoke detector in his office was dismissed weeks later. Now the bank has been ordered to compensate him for wrongful dismissal. In a judgment delivered this week, Justice Carol Gobin upheld a breach of contract claim brought by Stephen Penny against First Citizens Bank, ruling that the bank acted unlawfully when it terminated his employment back in 2018. Of course, that was when the PNM was still in office. Don't go anywhere. More local, regional, and international news up next. The Ministry of Sport and Youth Affairs, in partnership with the Sports Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited Sports TT, and the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, TTCB, yesterday officially launched the Youth Hardball Community Cricket Program at the National Racquet Center. This 18-week initiative will provide structured cricket training and development opportunities for over 600 boys aged 11 to 17 across 19 venues in 8 zones, including Tobago. The program is designed to strengthen the development pipeline in the community cricket, which we definitely need, especially if we want to dominate in cricket around the world ever again. And also, most importantly, in my opinion, give young people safe, structured spaces to learn, train, and grow, and stay off the streets. The Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association tutor delivered a second letter to the Ministry of Finance as they continue to call for clear communication and definitive timelines regarding pay increases and back pay. The second letter delivered to the Ministry of Finance again called for communication regarding pay. Tutor President Crystal Ashe asked for the ministry's indication of clear timelines. Prime Minister Kamala Pasabi says, please do something about Tanku. Now, of course, I heard in the news, I believe, that he was out of the country or whatsoever, and that he did receive the first letter. But why it is this man continues to treat public servants in this type of way? I'm sure he would have been acting like that while campaigning, while on the campaign trail during the election period. So why are certain individuals in this administration doing that? Kamala Pasabi says it's high time to remove this man from his position as Minister of Finance. Regional news up next.
The only difference with this particular copy is that there's something that we put in a little extra, which was the fact that the minister and the CPO, they would have agreed to pay the third schedule people who were under PSA in 2014 to 2019. The advance in back pay that all PSA members would have received in December. They had agreed to pay them in January. It has not come in January. It has not come in February. So we're reminding the minister kindly that it is due to them. It was agreed to, and they're expecting same.
Mr. Ash signaled that delivering the letter by hand opens a line of communication between tutor and the ministry.
We are aware that the minister does not like discourse in the public domain, because he said that in some interview that it's say that he's getting this information in the public domain via the media. So we want to adhere to that, and we're making sure that we deliver the actual letter directly to the minister. And we want him to ensure that he delivers same directly to tutor. Via email, hard copy, no problem, Mr. Minister. We'll take it anyway.
He clarified that while teachers will not engage in industrial action, they will continue to show solidarity with the cause. Faith Chariot, TTT News.
The Montreal water system in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, operated by the Central Water and Sewage Authority, is at risk of drying up due to low water levels, forcing the company to increase the hours of water rationing to 24 communities it serves in Mariqua Valley. The thing about it is, wow, boy, to be an island and you're surrounded by water and yet lacking water. You probably need to invest in a lot more desalination plants. However, showers that fell on Sunday night into Monday morning have been welcomed, as several water catchments, including Montreal, have seen some replenishment.
The drought conditions currently being experienced in St. Vincent and the Grenadines has caused disruptions to the water supply in 24 communities in the Marico Valley. Water rationing for a number of communities in the valley served by the Montreal system have increased twice daily due to the system being dried up.
As of last week, that situation has worsened. So from Friday, we also increased the rationing period to from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So the 24 communities that are being fed from Montreal would now be rationed from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. and from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Public Relations and Marketing Manager for the Central Water and Sewage Authority, Joan Ryan. Ryan said that over the weekend, some communities in the valley were totally without water.
On Sunday, the CWSA's water truck had to go into Dickey in Mespo to deliver water to that area because of its high elevation. Obviously, we are hoping that within the next day or two, that's the water situation in Montreal would have remedied with, the expected rainfall.
Communities receiving water supply from the Mamoon and the Dalloway water systems are also having intermittent rationing, but water levels have improved due to the recent rain.
That's a blessing. I checked the tank levels this morning, yesterday, and they're good. They're full. Some rain have been coming in those areas, and so persons are feeling that relief. Obviously, anything can happen once the rain stops coming.
Residents across St. Vincent and the Grenadines are urged to conserve water as the CWSA advises that non-essential uses should cease immediately.
If you're washing down your vehicle, you can still wash down, but use a bucket rather than use a hose. Just try not to waste the water.
The CWSA says it continues to monitor water systems island-wide to determine what areas would require water distribution. For SVG TV News, Larissa Pogsley-Kidd.
While detailing the plans to expand drainage networks nationwide in Guyana, Agricultural Minister Zulfikar Mustafa stated that this year will see the rolling out and rehabilitation of new canals, sluices, and pumps. During a recent airing of the Starting Point podcast, the minister said the government is constructing approximately 5 high-level canals in Region 6 and 5. Every area of Guyana is being served and developed by the Irfan Ali administration. And in a short space of time, those canals will drain the water directly from the backlands right into the Atlantic Ocean. Notably, the Hope-like canals currently under construction in Berbice are back on track for completion in 2026 this year. This project is part of the government's broader strategy to enhance the country's drainage and irrigation network, particularly in areas that are vulnerable to flooding and drought. Women empowerment in Bahamas. BAF Financial will host a women's empowerment brunch on Friday, just in time for International Women's Day, which is on Sunday. Sounds very nice. This event, sponsored by Nassau Agencies Limited, is set to be filled with fun, inspiration, and purpose.
So BAF, we're happy to be back with our 5th annual International Women's Day brunch. So what this event is a woman empowering event. So women, we pour in and day out into our families, into our careers, into our extracurricular activities. So with this event, we want to pour back into women. We want them to come having fun, networking. It's not about a lot of strangers coming together, but it's sisters coming together, pouring into each other. We have an amazing lineup of women who's going to inspire and just do great things.
Well, everybody knows Nature's Bounty to be the green bottle with the gold label. And so we also have a specialized line of Nature's Bounty products called the Optimal Solutions line. And that's where you would find our women's hair, skin, and nails, our women's multivitamin, our menopause relief, and other different items on that line curated specifically for women. And so we thought about 2 years ago, we wanted to do something specifically for women and during the month of International Women's Month. And we saw what BAF was doing, and we said instead of reinventing the wheel, We saw what they were doing and we said we could make an even bigger impact by partnering with them. We met with them. They took our idea. We both ran with it. And here we are today, the second year of being their official partner for this wonderful event.
Ralph Thorne has resigned as president and political leader of the Democratic Labour Party in Barbados. Well, you get whitewashed, so you have to. Well, you didn't really have to. But anyhow, the party confirmed yesterday the DLP has begun a period of internal renewal and restructuring after the resignation of Ralph Thorne as president and political leader. A top party official confirmed on Tuesday as the party faced a third straight term without seats in the parliament. Three terms in a row, you can't even get one seat. And people just want to talk about UNC. UNC basically commands half of the voting population here in Trinidad and Tobago, and usually can at least secure about 18 seats in parliament. Almost 9 out of every 10 schools across Barbados have met the requirements of the island school nutrition policy. Chief Education Officer Dr. Ramona Archer Bradshaw disclosed on Monday, describing the shift towards healthier eating and drinking habits among students as a significant cultural shift. She told the House estimates hearings on the ministry's $289 million allocation for the next fiscal year, that 85% of the island's 105 public schools have removed added sugar beverages in keeping with Barbados' National School Nutrition Policy, which was launched in February 2023 to combat childhood obesity. I agree with it to an extent, and even like here in Trinidad and Tobago, but these are still growing children. Do it in a moderate way, please. International news now. In the wake of widespread flight disruptions caused by regional airspace closures and conflict-related travel chaos, authorities in the United Arab Emirates, UAE, have stepped in with a rare humanitarian move. The Department of Culture and Tourism, Abu Dhabi, has issued directives telling hotels across Abu Dhabi to extend the stays of thousands of international travelers who cannot depart. And rightfully so, they have to stay where they are in the meantime, with the government covering the full cost of extra nights and meals. Now, that's the wonderful aspect of it. This is also almost like something to put in the interesting facts segment, but it's also current news events. Dubai's Department of Economy and Tourism has issued similar guidance, allowing flexible extensions under original booking terms while costs are reimbursed by the state. Officials say more than 20,000 passengers have been affected so far, and the support aims to ease financial strain and reinforce the UAE's reputation as a safe, welcoming global travel hub during a volatile period. Now let's look at this for a moment. If Iran had a government controlling their country, governing their country, like in United Arab Emirates, UAE, you think Trump and Israel would have had to intervene on behalf of the citizens? No. No. And yet these individuals also follow a particular fate, people. And this is why people like David Nackett here in Trinidad and Tobago, who's part of the UNC, should wake up and realize that not everyone that is in your faith is the same. Not everyone values certain types of respect and democracy and so forth. Now, I don't know if there's democracy in UAE, but they definitely show compassion and care for those who are visiting their country. They also don't really have much crime and stuff like that in that country. A lot of people feel free and safe to go and reside there and to work over there. You can't really say the same about places like Syria or Iran or Gaza.
Mr. President, are you going to take the heat off the Europeans to potentially help you? Mark Rutte called on the allies to also help you.
What does that mean?
Well, you have to ask Mark Rutte. He said not as part of NATO, but to be helpful to you in this.
Well, some of the European nations have been helpful and some haven't. And I'm, very surprised. Germany has been great. He's been terrific. Others have been very good, terrific. I think that the head of NATO, Mark, is fantastic. Okay, Mark Rutte. I think he's fantastic. But some of the European, like Spain, has been terrible. In fact, I told Scott to cut off all dealings with Spain. Spain, first of all, it started when every European nation, at my request, paid 5%, which they should be doing. And everybody was enthusiastic about it, Germany, everybody. And Spain didn't do it. And now Spain actually said that we can't use their bases, and that's all right. We could use their base if we want. We could just fly in and use it. Nobody's going to tell us not to use it, but we don't have to. But they were unfriendly, and so I told him we don't want to. Spain has absolutely nothing that we need other than great people. They have great people, but they don't have great leadership.
President, did Israel force your hand to launch these strikes against Iran? Did Netanyahu pull the United States into this war?
No, I might have forced their hand. You see, we were having negotiations with these lunatics, and it was my opinion that they were going to attack first. They were going to attack. If we didn't do it, they were going to attack first. I felt strongly about that. And we have great negotiators, great people, people that do this very successfully and have done it all their lives very successful. And based on the way the negotiation was going, I think they were going to attack first. And I didn't want that to happen. So if anything, I might have forced Israel's hand. But Israel was ready, and we were ready, and we've had a very, very powerful impact.
Now for the interesting facts segment. At the Sea Life Trust Cornish Seal Sanctuary in Cornwall, an adorable moment went viral when a dachshund named Stanley met its rescue seal named Ayla. As Stanley approached the enclosure, Ayla swam up to the glass, and the two gently touched noses, in the glass, of course, appearing instantly curious about each other. Photos of their 20-minute interaction melted hearts online. Ayla, rescued in 2018 and living with a partially amputated flipper, is known for her playful personality. The encounter charmed viewers in the U.S., proving friendship can cross even species lines.
Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News Travel segment. Suzhou, often called the Venice of the East and a paradise on earth, is an ancient city in Jiangsu province, renowned for its UNESCO-listed classical gardens, 2,500-year history, and intricate canal networks. Located just 30 minutes from Shanghai by bullet train, it is a perfect destination for exploring traditional architecture, exquisite silk, and delicate local cuisine. Visit the humble administrator's garden and lingering garden, which exemplify the art of merging nature with urban life. Explore Shantang Street and Pingjiang Road for scenic canal views, traditional boat rides, and tea houses.
Folks, that brings us to the end of today's headline news. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay blessed and stay safe most of all. In Jesus' name.